Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back, another Palm Master video. So tonight we have the final special costume. Finally, this month's almost over. For multiple reasons, mostly because it's my birthday at the end of the month. But that aside, the last special costume unit of this month, which is the other subway guy, right? Emmet. So Emmet is a, well, damage dealer. Surprise! It's the physical damage dealer. The damage dealer counterpart to the Ingo bug zone setter, just like the last time they were, out as a duo, right? Ingo was the sandstorm setter, and then Emmet was the sandstorm abuser, whatever you want to, Same thing with these two again, right? Ingo sets the zone, Emmet does the damage. In fact, this time they work. Last time they worked really well too, but this time they work even better, maybe. I don't know. Because of the fact that, one of the big issues that we talked about that Ingo had was that it doesn't really help a lot of the bug-type Pokemon because of the fact that it debuffs physical defense, where there's not that many bug-type units in the game that really rely on dealing physical-based damage to, opponents, except for his, buddy over here, Emmet, /twin, basically same person, who knows. Yeah, and if you have Ingo, right? Ingo plus Emmet, obviously, I see Ingo. That's going to be a very, very, very nice combo, right? So, anyways, just a quick glance at him, decent attack stats. Speed's not that good. Everything else kind of sucks. I guess HP's not that bad for a striker. Anyways, moving on to the actual good stuff. Mega Horn, very, very powerful move because it's low accuracy, 4 gauge, equals high base power, basically. Physical, obviously. You have Iron Defense and Sword Dance, which I'm not a huge fan of personally. I'd rather just get, attack +2 without costing gauges. But at least, you can mess it out, I guess. It's nice and Battle Villa for those who care. And then Safety First is the trainer mover here, which gives move gauge acceleration to your allied field of play, which helps with its low speed and high gauge requirements. Raise your accuracy by 2, and then applies. This should be super effective up next to the user, and raises. This should be physical move up, next by 1 stat rank as well. So this is a very, very good, train move, right, in my opinion, as well. And then you have Critical Affliction, which raises your crit by 1 when the Pokemon or trainer uses status move. So if you use Iron Defense or whatever the heck, right, you get +1 crit as well. Then you have Mighty Affliction, which has a 30% chance of getting a physical move up next, +1 when the Pokemon uses status move, right? So whether you use Iron Defense or Sword Dance, you have a 30% chance to get physical move up next as well. And the Rising Tide is, more stats are raised, raise your sync move damage, which is pretty good. So, yeah, a lot of really, really good stuff here. Mega Horn's very powerful, right? You could max out your crit by yourself. You can max out your physical attack by yourself, right? You have move gauge acceleration to counteract the really bad speed. And then you have super effective up, obviously only for 1 hit, but still, right, really nice. And then you also have a lot of physical move ups. You have 1 guaranteed one, and then on average, probably 1 more, right? With between 3 Sword Dance, you're probably gonna get 1 more, right? Which is really, really nice. So, let's look at his grid. In terms of sync grid, right? If you're looking at 1 out of 5, 1 out of 5 doesn't really have too much, right? If you are trying to pull for him, 1 out of 5 doesn't give you too much. 2 out of 5 does give you a bronze sync, right? It gives you extra 20% on your sync when your, physical attack is raised, which is, you're going to raise your physical attack. Surprise. It will happen. Vigilance, yeah, shielding strikes on Iron Defense, which is actually not bad, right? Sharp Entry, which is okay, I guess. It's situational, right? MP Refresh on your trainer move. So, yeah, in terms of 2 out of 5, you don't have too much either. You have this Bronze Sync, which is nice, I guess. And then you have Shielding Strikes on Iron Defense, which is okay. But, yeah, obviously you got all your stuff at 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5, you have stuff like Tough Sync, right? I think this is extra 30% sync when your defense is raised. Not 100% sure, but I think it is. Charging Affliction, when you use a status move, +1 gauge, that's not that big of a deal. Sync Freebie gives you a free move after you sync. Tough Cookie, extra 30% if you have your defense maxed out, your regular move damage. Charging Affliction, that's kind of whatever as well. Sword Stance Berserker is basically shield and strikes, but for sword stance, and then charging affliction too. So these two are the big ones. And any of these multipliers are also really, really good as well. And then the rest of his grid is kind of whatever. Right? There's like an attack plus 30, I guess, if you care about that. So yeah, that's Escavalier over here, right? So honestly, I feel like if you are pulling for him, I think 1 out of 5 is really enough. Because 3 out of 5, it really just gives you like the extra 30% on Tough Cookie, you know, maybe faster buffings with these. And there's just some like extra sync stuff, which is 50%, which is not bad, but it's also not anything crazy either, right? So yeah, I do feel like it's, if you're trying to pull for a Escavalier, it's definitely, you know, 1 out of 5 is definitely enough. So yeah, if you look at his damage, right, compared to other bug types, he's definitely up there among, you know, the highest damaging bug, you know, damage healers, right? Especially with that extra defense debuff from Ingo that you could get, well, special costume Ingo. So very, very good damage on Mega Horn, and also very, very good damage on your sync. It is the strongest bug type. Striker sync, obviously nowhere close to the tech Ingo sync over here, but in terms of striker sync wise, you are, you know, the strongest bug type, right? So that's definitely very, very nice as well. So overall, I'd say Escavalier is definitely one of those like rare like strikers that are actually really, really powerful. It's not a shade against strikers, but they just haven't been releasing like too many crazy strikers recently. It's just been like, it's been like SS Serena and then like SS Luzmine for the last time, you know, before, you know, they released some really, really, really good strikers, right? And then before that was probably like what, Holiday Leon, I guess, right? So they've just been releasing a lot of, what I'm trying to say is they've been releasing a lot of techs, right? And not too many strikers. And for a striker, he's definitely really, really good. So if you're a huge, you know, fan of Emmet or Escavalier, obviously I'd say go for it. But otherwise, the thing is, that being said, even though he's a fantastic damage dealer, it feels like there's just a lot of bug type damage dealers going around, right? You know, obviously, I would assume there's a decent amount of you guys who have Alder, which is definitely already good enough if you know, need some bug type damage dealer, right? Alder's fine. And just in the regular pool, right? In the regular pool, you got Luzamine, you got Berg as well. Guzma if you're down bad, I guess. Right? I mean, you can work, you know, Bug Zone here and there. You know, there's a few Agmons you could use, notably Scyther, right? And honestly, if you have SC Ingo, right? SC Ingo plus any bug type damage dealers is just solid enough, right? Plus any X support. It's not something that you really, really need. It's very, very good, but very, very good doesn't mean you need it, right? Especially with the fact that, again, keep in mind, next month is Villain Arc, new Villain Arc next month. Very, very likely, you know, Villain Arc could give us something crazy, because last time we got a Villain Arc, we got Lucas Dialga, right? SS Renegade Cynthia, Giratina, SS Dawn, Cresselia, SS, you know, Cyrus Darkrai. So who knows what the next Villain Arc's gonna give us, right? And that is coming obviously next month. So even if you do really want to pull for Emmet, I would say wait for it, unless you're just a huge Emmet fan, right? So in terms of a pull grade, haha, new gimmick for my videos, I would grade this as a 6 out of 10 in terms of pull, right? It's like, there's a few factors into this. Upsides for pulling for him is he is limited, right? So it's probably not going to come back in a while, right? Not going to be on every banner. He is very, very powerful, right? You know, easily top 2, maybe the best, right? Top 2 bug type strikers in the game. And he works extremely well with Ingo if you have Ingo, right? But again, downsides is it doesn't really do too much. There's just a lot outside of damage, which is, you know, it's a damage deal. It's mainly here to do damage. You don't have to do too much outside of damage, right? But outside of that, there's just too many other bug type damage dealers going around, right? And again, just it's not a Pokefair, not a Master Fair, right? And obviously Pokefair and Master Fairs, in my opinion, have generally better value in terms of pulling on banners. And also Villain Arc is next month, right? So Even this month, he has a lot of competition, right? Whether it's with SC Lily or SC Ingo as well, right? So that's why I only have him 6 out of 10, which is a passing grade. Doesn't mean you should pull for him, but again, I think he's a good unit in and of itself, but nothing about the banner is like a good pull. However, as usual, I will be pulling on him when he drops later tonight, so make sure I'll tune into the summoning stream. It'll happen, obviously, at reset, as usual, so hope y'all join, have a good time, maybe, or a bad time if you get shafted, but, you know, the frogs will be here, so it might be a good time. So anyways, that's me this one. Hope y'all enjoyed. Guys, think in the comments down below. Like and enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel for some more Palm content. I'll see you guys in the next one then.